still just something to think about. I'll be right back. Never comes back. He's back to Spain. Something to think about.
You guys had a lot.
I'll be right back. Never comes back. He's back to Spain.
To back, jump back straight up, full attack that you can't fight back. Flipping the plates and drinking the grapes in the slosh pit. Yeah. Don't even start to talk or he'll get the chalk and draw your future on the ground, punk.
You guys had a.
Back to the Frank Spank, walk the plank, son.
What's up, guys? What is up? What is up? Hope you guys had a good week. All right. Welcome to the Saturday stream. Welcome. All right. I got a bunch of videos. Let's get started. All right. I'm going to do at the end, I'm going to probably do some Kendrick G reaction videos. Haven't done that in a while. But we'll start with some TikTok videos. All right. Let's get started.
If a man were to ask me what I bring to the table, they would never be my man. Period.
All right. So we'll be essentially talking about this. Okay. What do women essentially bring to the table? This is a thing where starting with this is that women can't critically think, right? I think what women bring to the table is less intelligence. They may have all these degrees, right? But women seem to not be able to critically think. Now, of course, I don't think any man is going to say, oh, what do you bring to the table? No. But this is why I said lack of critical thinking, okay? Lack of critical thinking. Essentially, what you bring to the table is no different than, oh, what's your job, right? What do you do for a hobbies? What's your hobbies? What's this? What's that? It's like getting to know someone. Men, you're just, you know what? When men say what you bring to the table, it's just being blunt. Now, like I said, no real man in the real world is going to say that, because honestly, you get women like this who are triggered, right? They get triggered. Oh my God, how could you talk about body count, what you bring to the table, this and that? It's like women will get triggered. So any actual logical man wouldn't do that, right? I mean, if you actually want to get a date. If you don't, then yeah, I guess you know, it wouldn't matter. But if you want to get a date, yeah, you probably wouldn't say what you bring to the table. But this is why I say women like this, right? Women like this lack critical thinking. They lack critical thinking. Because, like I said, it's no different. There's no difference between saying, "Oh, what you bring to the table," i.e., what's so great about being in a relationship with you, or no different than saying, like, let's say, "Oh, you know what? My hobby's hiking. I love to read. I work in a finance job, a tech job. I make 6 figures a year. You know, I'm monogamous. I've never cheated." Like, that's exactly the same thing. So this is, again, women lack critical thinking, and this is the problem where you can't be upfront with women, okay? Because a lot of men is like they want to go through the fluff, right? Because a lot of women are gonna say, I don't know, the same thing as everyone. It's like, actually, I'm not saying no. I'm gonna take that one back. A lot of women will just waste your time, okay? They waste your time. Yes, men go like, "I think you're pretty. I want to go on a date with you," not realizing, you know what? I think you're pretty. I want to go on a date with you, but that is it. That's all you have. You have attitude. You're aggressive. You're combative. You know, that's all you got is looks. And this is why a lot of men just don't deal with a lot of women. Or sadly, if you get the player, they deal with you, then they leave you, because honestly, it's not worth it. Right? It's not worth it. You have so many red flags to you. You know, it's just annoying.
This guy messages me on Hinge and he's like, "Oh, I see that it says you're pansexual. What does that mean?" And I'm like, "Oh, did you Google it?" He's like, "No, I haven't." I'm like, "Well, why don't you Google it? And if you have any questions, I'll answer." And then he unmatches me. And I'm trying to figure out, did he unmatch me because he didn't like what pansexual means? Or did he unmatch me because I told him to go Google it? This guy.
Critical thinking. I don't understand it. I seriously don't understand it. Where women have so many degrees right now, right? Women have a lot of degrees. Women are out degreeing men, right? Out earning men with degrees. I mean, out, you know, getting so many more degrees than men. Yet, it doesn't, obviously, right? It doesn't seem like the degrees translate into intelligence or critical thinking skills. He's asking you a question, right? To open up a way to have a conversation. It's like, I swear to God, aren't you trying to get to know each other? Or is he trying to get to know Google? It's like, how about, it's like, this is, and I've been there, I've done that. I'm glad that I have a girlfriend now. I mean, believe it or not, I'm glad. Is that it's like pulling teeth when it comes to talking to women. So many times when you guys probably do this, I bet you guys, a lot of you guys feel this way too, where you're messaging a woman, right? And then she's like, "Hi." He's like, "Okay." You type in, like, try to pull, start more of a conversation. Like, "No." "Yes." Like, one word answers, or answers that honestly leads. You can't. How does that move the conversation? If it would have been better for her to say, "Oh, pansexual is this," right? And then he'll probably next go at a question, and it's like, it's moving the conversation along. I swear to God, it seems like women don't know how to communicate well, right? And it seems like it's like women don't really care all that much. It's like really ridiculous. It's just stupid. And again, this is what women bring to the table. No effort. I mean, if he's gonna Google, like, what's the point? What's the point of talking to you? He can just ask Google everything. It's again, women lack critical thinking. They're lazy. They don't put any effort, right? They don't put any effort in. It's tiring.
On today's episode of Men Want to Be Princesses So Badly, this is the text I got from a guy who had been on 2 dates. And honestly, the second date barely counts because it was only like an hour long. And so really, like, I've been on 1.5 dates with him, but this is the text I got from him when I asked to reschedule our third date. He said, "Hey, this isn't going to work. Between me canceling plans to make something work, only for you to reschedule last minute." I wasn't. I was rescheduling more than 24 hours in advance. To extremely poor communication skills on your end, I was on a family trip. To you being constantly late. I was only late to the first date by like 10 to 15 minutes, and I got to the second date before him. I'm going to have to take a hard pass. Peace out. You want to be babied so badly. On today's episode of Men Want to Be Princesses So Bad.
God, is what women bring to the table. All the thing we women have today is just looks. That is it. That is all women have is looks. They lack brains. They lack the ability to critically think. To be honest, lacks communication skills, lacks decorum. It's like, and it's just lacks consideration. Their egos. I swear. Any woman that says that man has boundaries, right? His boundaries, self-respect, and call him as a princess. Yeah. Just attitude. Let's break this shit down.
This is the text I got from a guy who had been on 2 dates. And honestly, the second date barely counts because it was only like an hour long. And so really, like, I've been on 1.5 dates with him, but this is the text I got from him when I asked to reschedule our third date. He said,
okay, well, let's break down the text first. Hey, this isn't going to work. Between me canceling plans to make something work only for you to reschedule last minute is extremely poor communication skills on your end. To you being constantly late. I'm going to take a hard pass. Here's a man that has boundaries, right? He puts you first. He made you a priority. He's communicating his boundaries, communicating, this is the thing. He canceled plans to be on a date with her, right? It shows you that he was putting her as a priority, right? He was making her as a priority. All right. We'll talk about the communication skills. Also, this man is about self-respect. He's not a doormat. Right? It's like he's not wasting people's time. He's serious. The players, right? I said this. A lot of these women are only attracting the players and the simps. Player and simps. Right? Players, they don't care. They don't care if you're late. They don't care whatever, because all their goal is to hit it and quit it. Right? I said if they get to have sex with you, they will go through all your BS. Kind of the same thing with the simps. They fall in love with you. They're absolutely obsessed with you. So they don't care if you disrespect them, mistreat them, belittle them, whatever, because they're only focused on being with you, right? Women like this will only attract the players and simps, because men with self-respect, he ain't dealing with it, right? Men with a backbone, men with values, principles, moralities, right? Boundaries, standards, he ain't dealing with it. And obviously, he's not dealing with it. And this is the thing, okay? Women say, oh, where are the good men at? Well, you just lost your chance with a good man, in my opinion, right? Now, of course, it's one text. You really don't know. But already that shows you that here's a man that's serious. He's not about here wasting anyone's time, neither his time or your time, okay? He's not, faking it. And that one text, that attitude, that action shows you the level of, amazingness this man is, okay? It shows you that how morally sound he is, how he's a man of principles, values, right? And then a woman like this calls that a princess. And honestly, loses a chance, in my opinion, with obviously a good man.
hey, this isn't going to work. Between me canceling plans to make something work, only for you to reschedule last minute. I wasn't. I was rescheduling more than 24 hours in advance.
I like this comment, right? I don't know. Personally, 24 hours and less is last minute to me. Especially if I have to cancel other plans or move things around. Exactly. More than 24 hours, okay, she probably did it the 2 days. Great. But obviously it's not cool because he prioritized her. She doesn't prioritize him. You can see the structure of this, right? He actually care about seeing if this works. She doesn't. This is what a lot of men have to realize. You got to take it at, you got to, when someone shows you who they are, believe it. She doesn't prioritize you, right? You are not high on her list. Okay. And this is the thing, a lot of these women, okay, while they're, young and good looking, they don't care about any man, right? It is what it is. I don't, that's just how it works, because a lot of these women, he's a dime a dozen now. Sadly, I mean, good men aren't a dime a dozen, but a man is a dime a dozen for women like this. Just on to the next man, on to the next man in her DMs, sadly. But women won't realize, this is the thing, women don't realize that they have missed the opportunity with good men doing things like shit like this, right? And again, I think that's disrespectful as well.
To extremely poor communication skills on your end. I was on a family trip.
That's poor communication. Did he know that? Did you talk to him about that? If you were on a family trip, why didn't you? Family trips aren't last minute, right? There's got to be like a couple weeks, a couple weeks planned, right? Well beforehand. So you didn't bother to tell them, oh, you know what? Maybe I can't make it this week because I have a family trip coming up. So let's do it, the week after. That's communication, because obviously this is the thing, a family trip. This is not like, women's last minute, I don't know, girl, whatever, backpacking, crazy trips, right? It's not like a spur of the moment trip. Family trips are usually planned, if not weeks ahead, months ahead, in my opinion. Okay. So you must have known this well before 2 days, right? Well before 2 days. So it just shows you how little she prioritized this man. So I'm glad this man has some self-respect and not dealing with women that wouldn't even prioritize his feelings, his time, right? That show some respect, that, you know what? Communicate your schedule, your things that happen in your life.
You being constantly late. I was only late to the first date by like 10.
Only late to the first date. You had 2 dates. Literally, she said the second date doesn't count since since it was only an hour. So really, by your own admission, you only had really 1 date. So that 1 date mattered, right? First impressions. What happened to that? First impressions. Seems like women don't understand that, right? Seems like when it's on the other foot, right? The shoe's on the other foot. Oh, no, he should be some leeway. Oh, he's a princess. But if it's you, it's okay, right? Because you're a woman. It's fine for you to be a princess. It's fine for you to have standards. It's fine for, you know what? Men should respect you, respect your time, respect your effort, but you don't give the same in return.
To 15 minutes, and I got to the second date before him. I'm going to have to take a hard pass. Peace out.
Second date before him. It's like, this is the thing I doubt. Being early is good, but she didn't say that he was late, right? She didn't say he was late. She just said she got there before him. So it's like there was a certain time she got well before that, maybe to make up for it, which is not bad. Doesn't mean that he was late, right? So he didn't show up late to your date. You just showed up a lot earlier. But you still showed up late to the first date, which by your own admission matters more because that was a full-on date. Second date wasn't.
You want to be babied so badly. On today's episode,
What women bring to the table. Isn't that something? All right, let's check this one out.
I'm going on a date tonight. Here's outfit number 1. The guy, he's like a fitness personal coach or whatever, but he like, in all of his pictures, like he always has like nice outfits and he knows how to dress. This is option 1, okay? It's just like leather shorts with like this cropped top and then this little jacket. This is option 2. It's like a little yellow crop top and then a mini skirt and then a leather jacket. I don't know. I feel like they're both fugly. I don't know. I have this. It's like this little green tube top with some jeans. My ass kind of looks good in this. It's gonna be in the fucking low 50s, high 40s. I don't know. I'm just gonna kill myself. Yeah, this is ugly too. It's ugly too. They're all ugly. So I'll just kill myself. I'm going.
Low 50s and 40s. Red Door, what is up, my sister? Red Door. Low 50s, high 40s, and you're dressing like this? It isn't your clothes are ugly. You're dressing like a slut. You're dressing like a whore. You're dressing like you're for the streets. I'm sorry. It's like...
I'm on a date tonight. Here's outfit number 1. The guy...
How can men, right, respect you when you're literally dressing like you're trying to find clients? How? I just find it absurd that women call men out for objectifying them, yet never seem to grasp that. Don't you think that you are the reason, right? When you objectify yourself, are you surprised that men would do the same, right? Where if you're objectifying yourself, why wouldn't men just pile on, right? Literally dressing like you're on the street corner. I don't even, how could you even think that's a good outfit? Maybe I'm sounding old, but it's like, this is the thing, right? We get women saying that men are dangerous. Men are dangerous, right? Men are dangerous. Yet you're dressing like, it's like, are men dangerous? Right? Are they dangerous?
He's like a fitness personal coach or whatever, but he like, in all of his pictures, like...
Do you not think that, let's say, this is an outfit that's calling for all players and bad boys and pookies? Calling for all your attention, right? It's like, are you kidding me? Evil Eddie, what is up, my brother? What is up? Thank you for being here, my brother. I'm just conflicted, right, with how women go about the world, right? One, they say men are dangerous, right? Oh, walking out late at night is dangerous. Yet you're dressed like this. Does that make sense to me? It doesn't. How can you dress like you're for the street corner and then have the audacity to say men are dangerous when literally you're advertising to dangerous men? Okay. How is that? Okay. John, what is up, my brother? What is up? Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for stopping by. How is it that you call out men for objectifying women, yet women like this don't have a problem with objectifying themselves? And then what do you expect? What do you expect? Why do you not think that, you know what? Oh my God, these men hit it and quit it. They don't commit. Yeah, because honestly, you're advertising yourself for the street corner. You are basically calling yourself a 304.
He always has like nice outfits and he knows how to dress. This is option 1, okay? It's just like leather shorts.
Yeah. Most modern women bring bills, problems, and headaches to relationships. Exactly. This right here is a problem. This right here will be a headache. You already know this woman's for the streets.
With like this cropped top and then this little jacket. This is option 2. It's like a little yellow crop top and then a mini skirt and then a leather jacket. I don't know. I feel like
That's not an outfit. That's not an outfit. That's a 304 uniform. Exactly. Exactly. Seriously. It's like, sometimes I don't understand, right? Women are beautiful already. Men find you attractive already. Men find most men find most women attractive. Why go even further? Why? Do you think that if you wear long pants, an actual shirt, not a fucking rag, men will find you less attractive? I mean, you're already attractive. Laughing man, what is up, my brother? What is up? I love ya.
they're both ugly. I don't know. I have this. It's like this little green tube top.
This is a little bit better, but it's like, seriously, it's like she has a I don't know why women wear this. It's literally like they just have it's like they might as well go naked, right? It's like a little bit I don't know, a scarf over there. It's like, seriously.
Top with some jeans. My ass kind of looks good in this. It's gonna be in the fucking low 50s, high 40s. I don't know. I'm just gonna kill myself. Yeah, this is ugly too. It's ugly too. They're all ugly.
They're all for 304s, right? They're all out, 304 uniforms. I've said this before. I think women are their own worst enemies. Please tell me what type of men you think you're attracting. These aren't fashionable. They're whore-like. Bring back shame. Thank you guys for being here. Exactly. Most men, B-dubs, no thank you. You, DA, that's all you handled. I mean, like, I'm not, see, this is the thing, right? I think black women are beautiful, but they have a lot of problems. I think black women have a lot of problems. So, I don't know. All right, let's move on to the next one. Let's check this one out.
Hi, I'm Jade Val, and my boyfriend here loves it when I cheat on him.
In a way, I'm like the ultimate feminist. I'm just like, I want you to have control and experience it for yourself, to the degree that sometimes you've said, do you want to see the guy first? And I'm like, no, like, just you do your thing.
It's like, I learned that he liked the idea of that. I hated the idea of it at first, but then when I learned why it turned him on and that it genuinely did, then I was like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
we could have fun with this.
Yeah, and then that's when we reached out to, well, didn't reach out to anyone, but we kind of went, I suppose Tinder was probably what you were doing back then.
I downloaded a few dating apps and started swiping. We would joke about it, I would tease him about it, but honestly, I never thought that it would ever actually happen.
And then it did, yeah.
We do definitely get judgment though.
Get judgment, no, don't get hate.
I wouldn't say a lot of hate. We get judgment. He's always there in my mind. I'm always sending a text, a little tease, a photo, something like that. Or at least in my mind, planning on telling him about it when I get home.
Because I always say the analogy of it's like a romantic meal. You have your romantic meals with just your loved one, and
nice
you
candlelit dinner.
share that experience purely with them. But that doesn't stop you going out and scoffing your face with 10 others on a weekend, and enjoying that. Yeah. So you can do both.
There are some mad ass weak men, right? Literally a man that's looking to be a cuck. It's like, you wonder why, right? Every generation, testosterone in men are going down. Because stupid women like this, and here's the thing, right? Date who you want, marry with whoever you want. It's up to you. We're all adults. But it's sad that we don't understand the repercussions of this, right? It's sad that we don't understand the repercussions of this.
Hi, I'm Jade Val, and my boyfriend here loves it when I cheat on him.
In a way, I'm like the ultimate feminist. I'm just like, I want you to have control and experience it for yourself. To the
ultimate feminist. I don't know why women don't think that. A man calling himself a feminist I don't know why that isn't a red flag to women. Because those men are the most fakest ass men around. Calling yourself a feminist is honestly just absolutely stupid.
Agree that sometimes you've said, do you want to see the guy first? And I'm like, no, like, just you do your thing.
It's like I learned that he liked the idea of that. I hated the idea of it.
She wasn't into it. He liked the idea of her with other men. I just this is the thing. This is why this is the ultimate simp. Yes. I agree. I mean, he probably has the money, right? He probably has the money, but he's just weak as shit. It's just ridiculous.
At first, but then when I learned why it turned him on and that it genuinely did, then I was like,
I guarantee you that this is the type of man that is maybe closeted gay or doesn't realize he's gay and just loves the idea of other men being with his woman so he can, I don't know, imagine that is who he is, right? That he's in her position. He could imagine that position, right? Or, I don't know, smell that she's with other men or feel that she's with other men.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
We could have fun with this.
Yeah. And then that's when we reached out to, well, we
Yes.
didn't reach out to anyone, but you kind of went, I suppose Tinder was probably
Yeah,
what
yeah.
you were doing
I
back
think
then.
I downloaded a few dating apps and started swiping. We would joke about it, kind of tease.
I mean, I'm not surprised. I mean, like, seriously, I'm surprised she hates it. She's I would think she's a whore.
I would tease him about it, but honestly, I never thought that it would ever actually happen.
And then it did, yeah.
We do definitely get judgment, though.
Get
because-
judgment.
because
No,
we're-
don't get hate.
I wouldn't say a lot of
No.
hate. We get judgment. He's always there in my mind. I'm always sending a text, a little tease, a photo, something like that. Or at least in my mind, planning on telling him about it when I get home.
Because I always say the analogy of it's like a romantic meal. You have your romantic meals with just your loved one,
We have a
and
nice
you
candlelit dinner.
share that.
Yeah, I think this man has does have problems with himself. And here's my thing, right? I don't know these people, right? But I think that when this is the thing, right? We've gone to a generation where in life we have no problems, right? It's not like men are going to war. It's not like men are in general struggling in life. Not, particularly I doubt he's struggling, right? I doubt he's struggling. So men like this are degenerates. They need to find a kick, right? They need to find some adrenaline in a way, right? They need to find some, I don't know, just something that's, it's like, the idea is like, you know what? Why does P. Diddy, right? A man who has billions, millions, if not billions, does the thing that he's done? Because he's done it all, right? When you are degenerate, it's hard to find the next kick, right? It's hard to find the next thing you haven't done, okay? So each time that they got to do things so they could stop the boredom, right? These are people who are constantly bored, right? Or easily bored, right? They've done it all or whatever, and now they need more kicks. And I think that's a dangerous road, right? For a lot of these people where they need the next kick.
They absolutely hate us. I've been saying that, but let's talk about this since you all think it's funny. Culture, a visual representation of how they see this as doing something to us or taking something from us. Her being labeled as easy. Why would it need to be hard? Why would you want it to be hard? The lining up trope, the nice guys finish last trope, all perfectly summed up in this disgusting meme. Reducing her to a prize, a conquest, instead of a human being with agency. Of course, we can't forget the body count shaming double standard.
I didn't ask for definition.
They absolutely hate us. I've been saying that, but let's talk about this since you all think it's funny. Culture, a visual representation of how they see this as doing something to us or taking something from us. Her being labeled as easy. Why would it need to be hard? Why would you want it to be hard? The lining up trope, the nice guys finish last trope, all perfectly summed up in this disgusting meme, reducing her to a prize, a conquest, instead of a human being with agency. Of course, we can't forget the body count shaming double standard. A woman's worthiness and her value decrease based on the amount of partners that she has, and that is never applicable to a man. Being hyperfixated on a woman's romantic history to find some way to shrug off the bad behavior of the man. Somehow she deserved to be cheated on because she's been in prior relationships with these men. I want to say a lot more about this, but it absolutely disgusts me and just confirms in my mind that a good majority of men just absolutely hate us.
You know, I've been talking a lot tonight about women's lack of critical thinking. Here's another video, in my opinion, that showcases that. Right? This is a video, in my opinion, showcasing women's lack of critical thinking. Why not truly understand the situation? She's basically talking Megan Thee Stallion's situation. So let's break it down. Let's break this women's stupidity down. Right? Women and men aren't equal. Exactly. They're not equal. I agree. I agree. All right, let's break her foolish views down.
They absolutely hate us. I've been saying that, but let's talk about this.
I don't know what you think by hate. It's like literally I'm sorry, okay? Women have a very skewed version of hate. So is having sex with you hate? Is it? It's kind of ridiculous.
Since you all think it's funny. Culture. A visual.
How is this R word culture when each one of these men she's dated? Each one of these men she's dated. She's willingly, right? Willingly dated. It's like, this is the problem with women. They misconstrued the world, right? They misconstrued the world. They live in their own little bubble. How in the world can you equate Megan Thee Stallion situation with the R word, right? When this is a woman that consciously chose every man she's been with. And yet you bring up that word. You bring up the R word, culture, which is, what culture are you talking about? Absolute stupid, right? Absolute stupidity. And it's just another way for women to push their propaganda, right? You want to use this to push the propaganda. Oh, we have an R word culture problem. Really? When all these men she's subconsciously chose to be with, right? She willingly chose to be with. Yeah.
Representation of how they see this as doing something to us or taking something from us. Her being labeled as easy. Why would it need to be hard? Why would it
need to be hard? What happened to having standards? This is the hypocrisy of women, right? The absolute delusion of women. Why does it need to be hard? Okay, then don't have standards. You can't on one hand say that you have standards, right? Women have high standards and then say, why does it need to be hard? Right? That don't make sense. So do you have high standards? Do you have standards at all? Or are you easy? Which one is it? You can't on saying, oh, why does it need to be hard, right? Why are men complaining that she's easy? And then say that, you know what? Women have high standards. Why do men complain that she's easy? Because it doesn't make sense. How do you get with all these terrible men, the rappers and entertainers and athletes, right? You get with all these men and then claim you have high standards, right? You cannot get with all these shitty ass men and then claim you have high standards. And this is indicative of modern day women, right? These women, which I've done plenty of, right? The Kendra G reaction videos. These women are baby mamas to multiple men and then go on a show, say that they have high standards. Really? Your standards are so high, you are a baby mama to multiple men. such high standards, right? In some cases, most cases, you've never even married the man, right? In a lot of those cases, you call them a deadbeat, a terrible man. Such high standards, yet you dated so many shitty men. Seems like you're easy. I effing sense there. Make a lot of sense.
You want it to be hard. The
Men want it to be consistent, right? Men are not asking for women to be hard, right? Be consistent. You have high standards? Cool. I think everyone should have standards, men and women. But why is it that you have high standards and then select men that don't meet those standards, right? Sometimes women say that, you know what, I want a man that, values me, respects me, yet date liars and abusers, right? I want a man that commits to me, but yet date cheaters, right? Date the athletes, date the entertainers, the rappers in Megan Thee Stallion case. And a lot of these women, you got to imagine, right? Why are always the liars and cheaters always have women to lie and cheat on? That's got to tell you a lot, right? The liars and cheaters aren't part of the lonely male epidemic. They're not, right? Ever think about that? I don't hear women talking about that, right? Because they wouldn't. Why are the liars and cheaters and abusers not a part of this lonely male epidemic? Right? Why? Because women want these men. Women want the Pookies. Women want the Chads, the Tyrones, the players, the bad boys.
lining up trope, the nice guys finish last trope.
This has nothing to do. I mean, maybe it has. I mean, like the Russell Wilson. Maybe it has the last guy finish last, but none of these guys are nice guys, right? None of these guys would be labeled as nice guys. But maybe, she'll pick a nice guy at the end and then show you that nice guys finish last. Maybe she'll find her own Russell Wilson and then prove that nice guys finish last. But again, let's not equate rappers, athletes, and entertainers to nice guys.
All perfectly summed up in this disgusting meme, reducing her to a prize, a conquest, instead of a human being with agency. Of course, we can't.
How's that? What do you mean? She literally chose all the men she's been with. That is agency, right? That is agency. And it's like the sheer stupidity. You choose the men you be with, right? You choose the men you've been with. If you chose the man that thinks you as a notch on his belt, that's your fault.
Forget the body count shaming double standard. A woman's worthiness and her value decrease based on the amount of partners that she has. And that is never applicable to a man.
Why? It is easy for this one woman, right, to get multi-millionaire, right? It is easy for this one woman to get multi-millionaires, right? Multi-millionaires. It was pretty easy for her. And you saw what they didn't think much of her, right? On the flip side, how do you think, right, with women's insane standards, do you think how easy it is for men to get multiple baddies, right? Multiple 8s, 7, 8s, and 9s. It's pretty hard, right? This is something that a lot of women don't realize. Every woman, almost every woman, can walk outside her door, right? Can walk outside her door and scream to the rooftop that she'll accept any man. And there will be dozens of men, right, willing to step up. Hell, I'm pretty sure most women will have dozens of men already in her DMs. But do you think that any man can do the same? No. No, not any man. Very few men can, okay? So for a man to have a high body count, he has to have something that women desire, okay? Same thing with women, right? Same thing with women. For women to have a high body count, she has to something that men desire. And sadly, men desire women's body. So it's not that hard. While women don't necessarily desire a man's body, right? Not particularly. Now, he could be, let's say this, not every man has a chiseled body, right? Not every man is an athletic looking body, right? So even that isn't easy. But every woman comes stocked with boobs, ass, and a face, right? And a body. Every woman comes stacked with holes in her body, boobs, right? Boobs, ass, a face. Every woman comes stocked with what every man wants. Sadly, every men don't come stocked with what women want, right? Women want looks. Dating statistics have shown that most women find most men unattractive. So that's rare. Height, about 16% of US men are 6 feet and over. 16%, right? And that also includes the gays and the ones that are in relationships, right? About 20% of men makes over 6 figures. Okay? And those stats don't necessarily, might not include each other, right? They're not combined stats. While 100% of women come with boobs, ass, face, and a body with holes, right? 100% of women comes stocked, right, with all those attributes that most men want. 100% of women. So you can see the difference in stats, right? You can see the difference in how difficult it is. No one values if something is so easy, okay? Particularly when it comes to something that is valuable, right? Women's bodies, women's virginity, women's, womb, right, is valuable, yet they easily give it to these types of men.
Being hyper fixated on a woman's romantic history to find some way to shrug off the bad behavior of the man. So
Bad behavior of a man. Here's the thing where who forced you to choose said men? This is why women's past matters. You dated rappers and athletes. Are you a woman of value? You're not, right? I don't give a shit if every one of those men cheated. You chose him. At the end of the day, this is why women can't understand accountability. No one disagrees that there are shitty men out there. Of course there are. There's shitty men and women. The problem is, why do you, as women, choose said shitty men? Because you don't understand accountability. Why would men think, oh my God, those cheating men, they're terrible. Okay, but yet you, as women, chose said terrible men. So it speaks more about you than it does about the man. I don't give a shit if he cheated on people, right? I don't give a shit if he cheated on you, but you chose him, right? You're the one who chose such shitty men. So this is a thing where, if my dating history is filled with women that honestly abused me and just cared about my money, right? I would say that there's something wrong with me, right? I'm the problem. I constantly choose women that treat me like dirt. I'm the problem. But sadly, women don't understand the concept of accountability.
somehow she deserved to be cheated on because she's been in prior relationships with these men.
I've yet to hear anyone say that she deserves to be cheated on. I haven't heard that, so I don't know what she means by she deserves to be cheated on. I don't think I've heard anyone say she deserves it. Okay, but I would say this. I would say there's no surprise that she got cheated on. Let's say this, right? I wouldn't be surprised that every single man that she's dated has had a mistress on the side. I can probably 99%, guarantee that every single man she's dated has had that's having sex with other women while dating her. I guarantee it. But like again, particularly since she's dating rappers and athletes. Men that honestly aren't known for their, monogamous nature.
I want to say a lot more about this, but it absolutely disgusts me and just confirms in my mind that a good majority of men just absolutely hate us.
Hate you is so stupid, right? Now, they don't respect you because you don't even respect yourself. Okay? Bring back shame. Women should find it shameful to date the degenerates of our world, right? I believe women should find it shameful to be dating degenerates. So I have no respect for women that desires and date degenerates. All right, let's check this one out. This is an interesting one. This popped up and I thought it was interesting. I slid in the DMs of my celeb crush and it became an 8-year situationship. And Ellen Pompeo almost caught us. Who the hell is that?
Of my celebrity crush, and I slid in the DMs of my celebrity crush, and it started an 8-year situationship. Here's how it happened. I loved the show he was on, and as one does, I looked him up on Instagram, and I was like, oh, he has depth. He's not just a stupid actor. So I followed him. He posted that he was in Chicago. I was living in Chicago at the time, so I left a comment saying, what are you doing in Chicago, sir? And then I got a follow request in a DM saying, I'm from here, ma'am. And so we start this entire conversation. I am going out for drinks with him and his friends, and he says, how soon can you be in LA? And I'm like, I don't know, 2 weeks. And I had logistics. I had a baby at the time, whatever. I was like, if I end up on my deathbed, I will never regret just taking off to LA to have this few-day romp with this actor that I followed because I slid in his DMs. So that's basically what happened. We had a 3-day, Lord help me for saying this publicly, romp. It was fantastic. He was newly separated at the time though, so we had to be careful because his divorce had not been announced. That being said, I go home.
Bring back shame. This is a 3-minute video, so I'll probably react to it while watching it. Bring back shame. Here's a woman who has no problem with going online, and her video seems like it's, I don't know, probably over 200,000 views. Has no problem going online and telling everyone, after having a baby, I slid into someone's DMs, which she's probably a single mom, right? When she had her baby. I slid into a celebrity DM. I don't know if he flew her out, but she flew to her celebrity crush and just let him pump it and dump it for 3 days straight. Bring back shame. Women are whores. It's like, I swear to God, this is why men say nice guys finish last. Nice guys finish last. Imagine here, this woman who is whatever, how old she is, right? The next guy, if she's looking for a good man, right? He's thinking about this whore, right? Is flying to a celebrity to be his pump and dump, his dumpster, right? For 3 days straight. Particularly after having her child, she just had to fly to the celebrity so he can pump and dump her for 3 days straight. So she can be his dumpster. It's like, women don't know shame. Women have zero shame.
Home to Chicago. I end up in LA a month later. I was visiting him at a hotel where he was staying, and I'm supposed to meet him, and I walk in and he's in the lobby and he had run into Ellen fucking Pompeo. He was with Ellen Pompeo, and I'm like, fuck, I can't blow up this man's spot because people don't know that he and his wife are separated. So I like run into the bathroom and hide until he's done, and I'm like, I can't blow up his spot in front of Ellen Pompeo. That being said, we do our thing. I end up in LA the month after. We do our thing, and it becomes this thing. And then we were both in New York at the same time, so and then a month later I had a job offer with Jessica Biel in LA, so I ended up moving to LA. So this now starts this pretty, you know, not calm, what's the word I'm looking for? Steady, I guess, thing with us over the next almost year. And I was like, okay, we're gonna probably like date, you know, officially, but he just has to get over the divorce thing. They were together for a while. And then the next summer, actually, he calls me and he's like, we've never talked about this, but I started dating someone. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, completely blindsided and lose my shit and kidnap my best friend and go to Malibu for a weekend and get wild because I just was like, what the fuck?
You slid in this man DM, basically willing to give up your body, okay? And then you're surprised that he doesn't view you as a woman to date, but just a woman to fuck. You know, this is exactly what men say, right? Women like this are easy, right? I'm not saying, see, this is the thing. Men don't necessarily say when you're easy doesn't mean that every man can have you, right? That's not what men say. That's not what men mean when every man can have you, when they say you're easy. Men say you're easy is because supposedly you have standards, yet men that don't meet that standard can pump it and dump it, right? Men that don't meet those standards can easily make you a cum dumpster. As terrible as that sound, this is a woman that's exactly like that. She didn't come up here and say, "Oh, I love you. I want to be in a relationship with you." No, like, I love you. Let's or whatever she wants. But like, I just want to get with you, right? I don't care what it is. She was not completely blindsided. You liked a dude and had consensual smack. Yep, and he didn't want to commit. Just yeah, exactly. She was just someone to lay.
He will kill me if he knows I said this, but he did cheat on his girlfriend with me once or twice, and I'm not proud of that. But then they end up breaking up, and then he and I continue what we were doing for years. At some point, you know, we did say we're better off as friends, and then we'd have the occasional thing. But he is, to this day, one of my closest friends.
Closest friends. And then you wonder why men are weary of women's guy friends. What kind of man would get with this stupid ass bitch? What? Only a cuck. I've said this before, right? The men that would get with modern day women are simps and players. Players don't give a shit about your past, about your future, about your present, whether you're whatever. All they care about is pumping and dumping. All players care about is pumping and dumping. If they can pump and dump, they don't care if they have to spend money on you. They don't care if they have to endure your BS. They don't care. Players just want to pump and dump. They just want to play. That is it. And players are willing to pay to play that game. Simps are too stupid, too beta, too spineless, too much of a cuck, right? Too weak, I said stupid, right? Yeah, stupid, to know any better. They will fall in love with you and don't care about anything else. They don't care how you treat them. They don't care how you use them. They don't care about your history. They don't care about your present. They don't care about nothing. Those are the two men you get. The worst of the worst, right? That's it. The worst desirable men, the worst undesirable men. That is what these types of women get. And you wonder why smart men, right? Smart men talks about, yeah, women with good guy friends. F that shit. You crazy? I don't trust you. Women that have good guy friends, imagine, right? Imagine a boyfriend she's gonna have. Said, "Oh, this is my longest best friend, my longest guy friend." Not knowing that for 8 long years, she's been willingly letting him pump and dump whenever that man wants. Even while he's with other girls, even when he has girlfriends. A lack of morale, lack of standards. Yet, no standards for that man who she wants, but plenty of standards for the men that she will settle for.
Confidant. When I went to trial and sentencing for the person who abused me in high school, it was just a few years ago, he's the first person I called. He knows everything about me. He's fantastic, but what a crazy story. So I didn't meet him on Raya, but I met him on Instagram because I slid in his DMs. So I guess this is your sign of like, shoot your shot, man. Like you never know. You never know. And there's a lot more to the story, but we'll leave it there for now and shoot your shot.
I did a video, I think a live, the other day or so. Women have terrible role models. Women make terrible life teachers. Shoot your shot. Shoot your shot. When you shot your shot, you became a dumpster for a man for 8 years and think that you're his friend. You're not his friend. You're not his friend. You're someone he's willing to tolerate your BS for so he can pump and dump you whenever he's itchy for it, right? He's itchy for it. I swear to God, the sheer stupidity of women. It's like you have no standards. It's like this is the insanity of a lot of women, right? Women have such high standards, yet at the same time have no standards. It doesn't make sense. How can you have the highest standards, yet you also have zero standards at the same time? Absolutely flabbergasting. This one was an interesting story.
I seen this lady got on the social media and was like, since my son didn't make the team, I'm going to tell your wife how I ate your ass out.
So Coach Cleveland, you promised me that if I sucked and ate your ass, my son would make the basketball team. I'm finna expose you. I'm thinking about exposing you, all right? So if you don't return my call, the whole world finna know, even your wife, Michelle Cleveland. Michelle, to prove to you that I didn't ate your husband's ass, what's tatted on his ass? It says on his ass, be patient, bigger things are to come.
If females are eating the coach's ass out for their son to make the team.
Wow, that's hard.
And then, where does that leave your son for the rest of the time he's in school? I just thought it was outlandish and amazing. I seen this lady got on the social media.
Bring back shame. Bring back shame. The more you listen to women, the more this movement has to come back, right? I think there should be a movement. Bring back shame. This absolutely, yes, you're right. It is. We don't have ladies anymore. Why do you, again, shit like that is why chivalry is dead. Why being a gentleman is dead. Why nice guys finish last. Right? Absolutely disgusting. Absolutely. And this is the sad part, is that you have the gall to air your dirty ass business to the world. It's like unbelievable. Just like.
Yeah, it was like, since my son didn't make the team, I'm going to tell your wife how I ate your ass out.
So Coach Cleveland, you promised me that if I sucked and ate your ass, my son would make the basketball team.
So your son wasn't good enough to make the team. You have zero self-respect, so you did something extremely nasty so your son can make the team, which he still didn't make it. It kind of tells you your son, it's like, and you're surprised that this woman raised honestly a pretty much, I don't know, weak ass son. He couldn't make the team with his own skills. His mom had to step in and try to get him on the team. And this is why we said this, right? Single mothers are a danger. We have a single mother problem. This right here is this is the thing, right? The black community it's a matriarchal community. The black community is a matriarchal community. And women are running that shit to the ground. Right? Women are running the the black community to the ground. Right? You're not teaching your son to be better, to strive for better, to work hard. Right? If her son wants to make the team, he should be practicing every waking moment. He should be practicing every waking moment. But no. Let your mom, let your mom go eat some ass so you can make that team. That makes sense. And it's just like it's like where's your principles? Right? Where's your morals? Where's your value? You stoop so low for something so small. Your son is not good enough. Push him to be better. But no, you're just going to eat ass.
I'm finna expose you. I'm thinking about expose you, all right? So if you don't return my call, the whole world finna know, even your wife, Michelle Cleveland. Michelle, to prove to you that I didn't ate your husband's ass, what's tatted on his ass? It says on his ass, be patient, bigger things are to come.
That's a weird thing to tat on your ass. For a man, that's a weird, I mean, I think for anyone, but particularly a man, that is weird to tat that on your ass. Bigger things are to come on your ass? Yo, that man, and he wanted his ass ate out? That man is down low, right? Probably gay as shit.
Females are eating the coach's ass out for their son to make the team.
Wow, that's hard.
And then, where does that leave your son for the rest of the time he's in school? I just thought it was outlandish and
This is what we have out here. Those 304s. Right? These women are honestly just meant for the streets. Right? And I think single moms are, they're up in front, right? They're in front of that line. Absolutely disgusting. Thank you guys for all being here. Let's do some Kendra G. Reactions. All right. Thank you guys for being here. I love you guys. All right. So thank you guys for being here. Please, guys, like the live. It helps me out. If you guys haven't, right, please like the live. Please check out my other videos too. Please subscribe if you haven't. All right. Thank you for all the support. Thank you for all the love. Let's do some. Kendra G videos. All right, let's check out some Kendra G video.
Looking for love. Those tattoos?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. How many tattoos do you have?
7.
7. Are those all butterflies? Download the Kendra G.
Name, and I'm a Gemini.
Okay.
Big bars. What is up, my brother? What is up?
All right. So is your name Ashley?
Mm-hmm.
All right. How old are you?
I'm 31.
31.
Well,
and what you do?
June
You'll be 31?
Mm-hmm. June
30. 31. So you're 30 right now.
Mm-hmm.
And so you a Gemini or a Taurus?
Gemini.
You're a Gemini. Okay. So you're 30. Gemini. Her birthday. Well, you 2 months away, girl. We still in April.
Right, but it's the year.
I feel you. My birthday's in 3 weeks, I think. 3 weeks. Okay. Ashley, 30, Gemini. You said you have a kid. You have one kid?
I have 3 boys.
3 boys. How old are your 3 boys?
9, 8, and
10. So you had one at 21. Yes, it's red flag. I swear to God. I mean, it's just like this shit like this is like, I'm not like saying tattoos are terrible, right? They're not. I got my daughter tatted on my neck when I went to Vietnam, so I think that's cool. But it's just that it gets to the point where it looks tacky. Okay, it does. It gets to the point where I just feel like there's no meaning to it. This is why for the longest time I didn't get no tats, because I wanted, there had to be some meaning, right? The 3 boys are cooked 100%. We'll definitely be talking about that. Okay, we'll definitely be talking about that. Okay, but it's just this woman is. I think people who put a whole bunch of tats on them, it's just a sign of a lot of trauma.
2. Well,
I'm
he'll
about
be
to
3
say,
in September.
say again.
He'll be 3 in September.
982. All about the same man?
No, I have 2 baby fathers.
Okay. Girl, just tell me.
You see, again, see these tattoos, right? Tattoos like this never lies. These women are traumatized. Okay, so they need to, I don't know, get that pain or whatever, right? To forget and shit like that. These women are just fucking red flags. They are big red flags. Absolutely. I swear to God. 30, 3 boys by 2 different men. Here's a woman that, sorry, give me a second. Sorry about that. Let's continue. But yeah, she's going to create. She's going to create. Like we don't talk about this enough, right? These single mothers will create a generation of single mothers, and in her case, she's going to create a generation of baby fathers. She's going to create the next generation of Pookies. Great.
The age in this moment.
Oh, 2, 7, and 9.
Okay, got you. 2 baby daddies. You ever been married?
No.
Why you not with the 2-year-old dad?
Because he's very toxic. He lied and manipulated me to even get me. He lied about everything, including his name. So I just, yeah.
I've said this before, right? I've said this before. Okay. This whole thing that men lie, men manipulate. Okay. Are you stupid? Are you so stupid? It's like, okay, fine. Men, for example, he lied about her name. Has she not been around his family? Has she not been around, I don't know, fucking seen paperwork? It's like, how can you have a child, right? Have a child with a man and you never met his family. You never seen his, like, you never been in his house and saw like fucking bills. This is the thing, right? This is a conspiracy theory I have, right? That I'm developing. I guarantee you, these women, right? These women barely know these fucking men. Maybe a couple months. Maybe less than a year, right? Imagine that. A man you only known a couple months, he's already become your baby daddy. This is why these women are hoes. These are why these women are for the fucking streets. I don't trust when women say these men lie and manipulate you. Because when you actually listen to these stupid ass women's stories, right? You will hear that, oh, I knew him for 3 months. He lied? He lied, or you just didn't fucking know the man? It's like, oh, I knew him for 6 months. 6 months? Did you not meet his family before you had a kid with him? It's like, why do you think one of the oldest saying, marry before you carry, is a thing, right? Because people hope that when you marry the person, you've been to their house, that you actually understand finances with each other, right? That you actually met each other's families. You would hope that they have actually met each other's families. That's why these women are stupid as shit. This is why the stupid men that lie can actually make it believable, right? Because these women barely know these men. Lie about his name? Girl, it's like, did you not even look at his Facebook? Do you not look at his social media? Did you not look at anything? Right? I swear to God. Do men lie or women just stupid?
How long did you date him before you found everything out?
He kind of got mad and like blurted everything out, like we got in an argument. But this was like back in 2022. So
before you got pregnant. So basically, he lied, which is fair.
Okay, so
hold on. He lied, which okay. He manipulated you, okay. You ain't know his name, okay. But you found it all out before you got pregnant by him, girl.
No, I didn't even know I was pregnant until like I was 4 months. So essentially, we met on Hinge. He matched with me. We met that same night. So how I got pregnant is, you know, when you connect with somebody, you with them. We were together like nonstop for 2 weeks. I end up finding out, like hot and heavy.
Well, girl, I'm not sleeping with nobody I only know for 2 weeks, though.
2 weeks. This bitch is proving my fucking theory. She's proving my theory. This stupid ass woman is proving my goddamn theory. When we hear, guys, right? I want you to think about this, right? I want you to think about this. When women say men lie, men manipulate. She knew him for 2 damn god weeks, right? 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Do men actually lie, or are you just too stupid? Right? Because here's the thing. I mean, yeah, men maybe lie. The problem is that men aren't good at lying, right? I believe most men are not good at lying. Seriously, they're not rocket scientists, right? They're not that smart. I'm sorry. I'm gonna be upfront with you. I'm gonna be truthful. Most men are not that goddamn smart. But the problem is not that men aren't smart. The problem is women are stupid. Right? That's the problem. Right? So men don't need to be that smart to outsmart stupid people. You see that? She knew him 2 fucking weeks and got pregnant by the man. You know, it's like, oh my God, so much spark just when I met him. Yeah. Because all you cared about is his fucking good looks. Not his characters, not his character, not his morality, not his principle, not who he is inside. You didn't care about that shit, right? You are obviously a 304, right? That just wanted to get dick down. I'm just tired. See, I'm just tired, right? I'm more animated because I'm tired of the bullshit that women push out, right? I constantly see women, right? Every time I'm debating with women constantly say, men lie. Bitch, you knew him for 2 weeks. You knew him for 2 weeks. So no duh, his lie was so amazing that you fell for it. You knew him for 2 weeks, right?
I mean, my mindset was, it's just like when you connect with a person, like you feel like you know them like longer. And like I said, like we were together for 2 weeks straight. So it was just like, you know.
So do you take responsibility for your part? Because that was too fast.
Sure. I played it back in my mind. Like prior to me meeting him, me and my baby daddy, to my first 2 kids, were like in like a complicated spot. Like he was messing with somebody else. I didn't know. I thought we were trying to work it out. So when I played it back, I'm like, oh, he was a rebound. So I wasn't emotionally stable per se. And then, like I said, after, you know, we were still kind of complicated. And then after connecting with somebody like so strongly and so fast, I was like, oh, okay. Kind of like went with the flow. That was a bad mistake because, like I said, I want to say a month after that, he lied about his name, his age, how many kids he had, like everything.
Well, girl, of course he did. You ain't know that man.
But no, here's the thing. But here's the thing. I never had a person lie about their name.
I mean,
but
yeah, that's a
profile. It was like it was just weird. I never encountered someone who lied about, like, if I ask you what is your name, like I don't expect you to give me a whole completely different name.
Why wouldn't you? This is the thing where women don't really grasp. You are attracted to the players, right? You are attracted to the players. You are attracted to toxic. I have another theory, and you know what? This is the thing. Women help me create these theories, right? Toxic women attract toxic men. All right? Toxic women attract toxic men. When you hear women say that, you know what? My other boyfriends were liars, cheaters, abusers. Yeah. Red fucking flag. You are a red flag. Don't deal with these women. Don't deal with these women because they are red flags. You lack the morality, the intelligence, right? The critical thinking, the discernment, right? The value, the standards to choose men correctly. So what does it make me accepting a woman of your low intelligence, of your stupidity, right? What is it? This is why people bag on Russell Wilson, right? You chose a woman that is stupid enough to get with shitty men, and then you come into her life to bail her out. This is why nice guys finish last. Because he comes in after she's fucked up her life to bail her out from her stupid decisions. This is why women lack accountability, because stupid men, I'm gonna hold men accountable, stupid men come into these stupid ass bitches' lives and try to heal her, right? Try to save her, the white knight. And this is a sad, sad reality of a lot of men. We want to be white knights. We want to be the ones to save these women, right? These beautiful women. Organic. What is up, my brother? What is up? Long time no see, my brother. Great to see you tonight. We want to be the ones to save these stupid ass women, right? We think that, we're going to be the knight in shining armor. I'm going to save her. But guess what? Right? Guess what? Your stupid cuck self, you'll be part of the statistics of 70% of divorces, right? She'll be fine but you, right? She's going to be added to that 70%. You're going to marry this woman who, who had a bad history.
If I ask you when you were born, I don't expect you to give me a whole completely different birthday. If I ask you how many kids you have, I don't expect you to say when you have 6. So I don't know. It was just weird to me. I never.
Okay, so don't cut me off in this moment. But you ain't know him. That's the whole point. You got intimate with a man who you didn't take enough time to get to know in any way. So at the end, don't cut me off. Because you keep trying to cut me off. 2 weeks, girlfriend. You don't know nothing about nobody.
2 weeks? The problem is she fucked him the first day. Hell with the 2 weeks. She had sex with him the first day. I guarantee you that night, right? On Hinge, contact on Hinge, met that day, fuck that night. Right? Why would the players bother telling you any shit, right? He gets to have sex with you 2 weeks straight, right? He doesn't want you to mess up his life. You are a dumpster to him, right? You are literally a receptacle, right? You are a receptacle for him to finish shit in you. So he doesn't need you to be a part of his life. He doesn't need you to, know shit about him. So no duh, he's telling you lies. He already got you, right? He's already finishing in you, right? He's already using you. Tan, what is up, my brother? What is up? White knights are the reason they get away with it. I agree, right? I'm holding men accountable. The stupid ass beta men are probably one of the biggest reasons why we have a problem with women today, right? The beta pill men, right? The blue pill men are probably one of the reasons why we have a problem with women today. I hold it 100. These are the men that are the reason why we have issues with women, right? Why women are egotistical, why women are stupid, why women are entitled.
In 2 weeks, child. Like what does Steve Harvey say? It takes 90 days on the job before they give you health care. So you just gotta, I'm not defending him in no way because he lied. But what I'm saying is you move too fast to Like, because you're telling me in 4 months of knowing him, you got pregnant?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like if he would have, because here's the thing, like when I get to know someone, because that's essentially when you get to meet someone, you ask questions to get to know them. I don't expect the person to lie about everything I ask you, number one. And number two, if he would have told me he has his kids, he would have been friend zoned right away.
And that's why he ain't tell you, and that's why you gotta take responsibility. Hold on. Ain't nobody, he lied because he didn't want you to know everything because he knew you would be out. But that's why we got to take self-accountability and vet longer, because at the end of the day, you know, it's going to be on you, right? So it's like, I'm not defending.
Wait. This stupid ass bitch just said, if she knew he had kids, she wouldn't be talking to him. Bitch, you have 2 kids. The absolute stupidity of these women. You have 2 kids. And you thought that you're going to have sex, get with a man that has no kids? The absolute audacity. The audacity. The entire... No duh, men lie. Because you're fucking delusional yourself. I've said this before. Toxic women attract toxic men. Right? Here's a stupid ass woman thinking that, okay, oh, I have 2 kids by a shitty ass man. I'm going to get with this man. He better not have kids. Yeah. This is why the players know how to play that game. No duh, he lied. Right? No duh, he lied.
Accountability for my actions. Like I said, I wasn't in the mental space. I was just, I just found out my baby daddy had tried to put me in a triangle. So when I said, the reason why I was so hot and heavy is because this is the first person, me and my baby daddy have been together ever since 2017.
You would think, right? This is women lack critical thinking. She has 3 kids, 8. Yeah, she does. You would think that, you know what, after you dealt with a shitty man, right? I can never understand women like this. After you've been dealing with a shitty man, you would be more responsible. You have higher standards, right? You would think that, you know what, I'm going to get to know men properly. I'm going to get to know a man properly. He's going to have to prove himself to me, right? It's got to be harder, right? You would think that women would make it harder, right? I've said this before. Vet fucking men, right? I don't stand on things like, oh, just let men get it for easy. No, vet men, vet them. It's like, seriously, it's like women criticize these content, but yet never listen, right? Never listen. I am part of the group that says, bitch, vet these men. Don't give it to him on the first night, particularly when you don't fucking know him. You met him on Hinge. You met him online. You don't know him. It's like, there'll be a difference if oh, you know what? He was introduced to me by my aunt, my cousin, right? my mom. Okay. Right? You would hope that, your family members have vetted him a little bit. This is why fucking fathers are so important. This is why fathers are important, because they vet the men for you. They help you vet the men. When you leave women to their own devices, I'm sorry. Women are too stupid to. Exhibit A. Exhibit motherfucking A. Too stupid, too dense to vet men. You would think that if the last man done you dirty, it would be harder to get with you. But why is it the last man done you dirty? It's easier to fuck you. Why? She wasn't complaining with her legs in the air. Exactly.
So this is the first person I actually had a strong connection with prior to him.
What connection? What connection? He lied. What connection? This women's intuition is a bunch of bullshit. What connection? I guarantee you, he was just good looking. I guarantee you, he was just charming. He said a bunch of nice words. What connection? I bet you he just dicked her down good. That is it. Shallow shit. Right? Look good, charming, dicked her down good. Shallow as shit.
So, you know, I thought it was gonna go somewhere. And like I said, well, we met that same night, we matched and we was together for like 3 weeks. That's how I got pregnant. But yeah, so it was just, yeah, it was just
Pregnant after 3 weeks. Absolute whore. Absolute whore. Bring back shame. Connection, vibes, energy, chemistry. I get wet. Another theory, my brothers, another theory. All right? Divorce. Number one reason for divorce. Number one reason for divorce. Irrevocable differences. Right? It's not cheating. It's not finances. Cheating and divorce is top 3. Right? They're top 3. Number 1, irrevocable differences. Right? And it's usually lack of communication. But I think that's ambiguous. What I mean is that these women, right, are divorcing these husbands because of no chemistry, no connection, no vibes, no energy, no butterflies. I guarantee you that is it, right? These stupid ass women, and again, I want to preference, I don't believe all women are like this, right? I don't believe all women like this. Sadly, I believe majority of women are like this. Majority of women. So these stupid ass women, right, are fucking their life and fucking other people's lives on these stupid ass feelings, right? Connections, vibes, butterflies, energy, chemistry, right? Finding myself.
Ashley, let me jump in. You didn't have a strong connection because it was a lie. I'm trying to get you. You had strong chemistry. You had strong, what is it called?
Lust. Let's be honest. This woman was lustful. She was a degenerate. She is a degenerate. Lust.
You had strong excitement. But we gotta, we have to rewrite these words, because when you say stuff, I had strong chemistry. No, you don't know nobody in 2 weeks. Okay. It's all fantasy land, and hot and heavy. He might've been attractive, and you know, that's fair, but long-term stuff to really build with somebody, you ain't learning that in 2 weeks.
And then on top of that, you know, I was 26 when I met him. So this is not like me now. This is like I said, a while ago. And again,
that's 4 fucking years. What the fuck you think? You gain enlightenment in 4 years? You became Buddha? Right? What the fuck you mean? 26. You weren't 16. Shut the fuck up. You make it seem like, oh my, again, another tactics. I was young and dumb. You were 26, not 16. All right? Stop it with that BS. Take accountability. Because when women say they're young and dumb, that's not accountability. That's blaming youth, right? That's blaming youth. That's not blaming yourself. It's blaming youth, right? Oh, because I was young. That's why I did this. No, because you were stupid. And you're still stupid.
I wasn't emotionally ready for anything, to be honest. Like, me looking back, you're right, 100%. I'm not defending anything. That's why right now I'm abstinence. Like, I'm not even, you know, I'm like a whole different, like, I'm, you know, gonna be 31. Like, you know, I'm not like this, my mindset now, it's not like, and then again, that was the first time ever in my life I had a person lie about everything. So that was kind of like a new, kind of like, and then the only reason why I found out is when he got mad and disclosed everything. He was in a whole relationship. So it's just like, it was a lot going on. I take myself accountable, but yeah, that's.
Is it? Is she taking herself accountable? Seems like she's blaming outside factors. I was young, right? I'm not blaming, you know, I was just wrong. Doesn't matter what age I am. I was just wrong. Like, oh, he lied. You didn't know him. You didn't know him. It's like women blame other shit besides themselves, right?
That's, yeah.
Okay, let me just, I gotta.
Yes, we will be talking about that.
I'm listening to you. I gotta just change the YouTube show start time, because I can tell we about to be with Ashley for a second, child. Ashley, okay, so that's over. That's over. You mentioned you're abstinent. You're abstinent until marriage or relationship?
Marriage, no.
Marriage. So now you're.
This whore has the audacity to be abstinent. Okay, do the shit you want. What good man is gonna want this bullshit? What good man is gonna want this? You want to be abstinent till marriage. What makes you qualify for that? You picked a abusive man to have 2 kids with, abusive, cheating man to give 2 kids with. I would say, you know what? Abusive, cheating, or abusive, cheating, lying man to give 2 kids with, and then you the second man you chose was a lying, cheating man as well. Give 1 kid with, and you only knew him for like, you didn't know him at all, right? You didn't know him at all. The next man has to marry you to get your body, while terrible men, it's like, I'm sorry, I'm gonna be like, this woman is like really pushing my buttons. Terrible men has gotten the most valuable things you can give a man for free, right? Literally, the last man got it for free. You barely knew him. First night, he got your body. 3 weeks, he got a fucking kid from you. The most valuable thing a woman can give a man: her body, her womb. 2 shitty ass men had gotten that for free. They didn't need to marry her. 2 shitty men got that for free. The next man has to pay for it. And then you wonder why men say nice guys finish last. That's fucking finishing last right there, bitch. That's finishing last.
Abstinent to marriage.
Mm-hmm.
How long you been practicing? How long you been abstinent for?
Now it is. I started February of last year, so about like a month and some change. I mean, a year and some change.
A year and some change.
Mm-hmm. It's April, gonna be May, so yeah.
Listen, I respect your choice, and I feel like, but you know, you're going from one extreme to the next.
It's like standing in line of a 30 people for $5 hamburger, and when it's your turn, oh, now it's $100. Great analogy, right? Great. Exactly. Hell. Look at this, right? That $100 burger, every person before him licked that burger, right? It's like standing in line of 30 people, right? For a $5 burger that every person before you had licked. Every person before you licked that goddamn $100 burger. And now, when it's your turn, you're paying for a very moist, right? Very moist burger for $100. Is it worth it, my brothers? Is it worth it?
So now you went from, hold on, Ashley, don't cut me off. I'm gonna let you talk. We're gonna, you can respond after. It's your life, so you can stand in it, but it's gonna be definitely 2 weeks, hot and heavy. All of that is way too fast. Now the new requirement is wedding, and then some men might say you have 3 kids, including a 2.
Imagine this, right? Hypothetically, the time frame that this stupid woman can't even think about. A relationship. She's probably going to make this guy wait. So hypothetically, 2 years, no sex. Let's say engagement. Let's say engagement to marriage, another year. 3 years, right? About 3 years not having sex with this stupid ass bitch when she gave a man she knew for 1 day her body, right? After 3 weeks, a child. My brothers, these women think you deserve less. These women think that being a good man, you deserve shit, right? You deserve that $100 licked up burger. My brothers, this is why we talk out, right? This is why we talk about this shit. This is what women think we deserve, right? This is what modern day women think good men deserve. The men that want to commit, the men that want to be good husbands, the men that want to be good fathers. You deserve, right? A washed up 30-year-old, 3 kids by 2 different shitty ass men. That's what you deserve.
Year-old, and I have to agree to be stepfather to these children without having sex with you until the wedding night. So I think they're both extremes, but it's your world. Are you dead set? Like, Are you dead set? Unless you're a wife, you're not having sex again?
Oh, absolutely. I found, I always had God, but like a year, like when you go through life, right? And it's like everything is like happening at once and it's like, woe is me. But it's just like also like you're living in sin, right? So it's like, how could you blame anything but yourself? So you got to reevaluate.
Bitch, are you talking biblically? You gave two men kids out of wedlock. The audacity to talk about living in sin. You are degenerate. And now you're born again? I've said this before. Women that say, oh, I want a God-fearing man. I want a religious man. I'm religious. All this shit. BS. You are a fucking red flag.
Rate yourself, look at yourself, and then like, I believe in God. Once I strengthen my relationship with God, it's like I'm following everything in the Bible. I stopped.
You kidding me? This is why men left this is why men have left the church. The church is filled with single mothers that has kids by multiple men. The church is filled with single mothers that have kids by multiple men. This is why Christianity sucks. I'm sorry, right? For the men that are religious, this is what you get. This is what you get. And you think why men have left the church? Because they recognize this BS. This bitch have the audacity to talk about God.
Smoking. I barely drink, but I don't drink anymore. It's just like, I stopped doing a lot of stuff. So the person I'm looking for is a God-fearing man, number one.
Damn. God-fearing man.
Who's on the same path as me. I'm not looking for anything else. Period. Because that's how you get situationships, I feel. So
yeah, I don't agree with situationships. So you don't got like listen, I think, I do get women that have the no sex to marriage rule, and it's your life. So I just know, like I told you, you're going to be everywhere. So that's definitely going to be a discussion of you being celibate to your wedding night. But let's continue. What do you do for a living, Ashley?
I work for the state. I'm in Georgia, so Peach State.
So Ashley, Georgia, and you work for the state? Mm-hmm. Okay. And I think I have it all. So we got Ashley, 30, Gemini, mom of 3 boys. She's in Georgia, works for the states. 2 baby daddies, never married. No sex until her wedding night. What kind of man you look?
I know this minute. I've only watched 10 minutes of this video, and it's become like over 30 minutes. It's like, I'm sorry. It's like, this woman is absolutely irritating.
Looking for
a God-fearing man, number one. You gotta love Jesus. A man
that has been God-fearing does not deserve to live in this fucking hell. Women like this do not deserve good men. They do not qualify for good men. They'll probably get the simp, right? They'll probably get the good simp, but sadly, I feel sad for the simp in a way, but not totality, not in total. Women like this do not deserve good men.
Respects his mom. I feel like, because if you don't respect your mom, you could never respect me. A man is just like, on the right path, has a straight head on his shoulder, not a liar, deceiver, honest. I feel like the basics.
Cam early. That was one of your kids?
Yeah, my 2-year-old.
Okay, here we go. All right. So what are your deal breakers? No, I figured. No worries. You have to do something real quick. Oh, we getting the Kendra Cam early. That was one of your kids?
Yeah, my 2-year-old.
Okay.
I feel like the basics, the deceiver.
Deceiver. Okay. Should he look a certain way?
Honestly, like I said, I'm turning 31. It's not really, I have to be somewhat attracted to you, of course, but I'm not really big on like looks. Just like I said, just morals. You have to have morals, a good character, integrity. I feel like the basics.
Okay. Should he make a certain amount of money?
Yeah, I feel like you have to make more than me, because you have to take care of yourself, especially if you have kids. Nowadays, inflation is very high, so 100,000 and up, I feel like, because
the stupid ass bitch. 100K. God-fearing man that makes 100K. That's good looking, decent looking.
in this economy, that makes sense.
So the request, could he have kids already?
Of course, yeah.
Okay. So the request is God-fearing man, no sex to your wedding night, and he has to make at least 100K.
I mean, especially you have kids, you have to be able to afford you and your kids.
So are you saying that you have 100K? Swear to God. 100K, God-fearing, has to visit and have to wait until marriage for smacks. Holy moly. Yes. Yes.
Kids. So I feel like 100K is reasonable, very reasonable.
Okay. I want to be as sympathetic as possible. Have you ever thought of the mindset of the 100K guy?
I mean, here's the thing, Kendra. Like, I understand like where you're getting at, but I have like my options like right. You know, I don't look like I have 3 kids. Number one, so when you meet me, you don't automatically. That's
fucking ego.
Not what you see. Number one. Number two, I'm not ugly. So even with like when I get to meet a person and actually talk to a person, they actually like me. And then honestly, the kicks don't even really matter much for most men. I don't have a problem.
So why are you talking to me?
Honestly, I didn't even think you was gonna pick me, but I just wanted to like meet you. But I mean, I'm open to what
Let me going back down to what we were just discussing. And I don't want you, and this is why I said I want to be sympathetic. You know, I've been doing this for 6 years, right? Of interviewing people. And I always say this, there's things that I know now that I would have never conversate about 6 years ago. So the men you were just discussing, I think you are attractive. Like, so there's gonna be men that are.
Yeah, she's not bad looking. I'm not saying she is, but here's the problem with women. Okay, she's not bad looking. The problem is that most men find most women attractive. Now she might be better looking than most. The tattoos are a bit much, but fine. She might be better looking than most. The issue is that women can't realize you being good looking attracts men. Don't keep men. Your life has proven that yourself. 2 men you've gotten with, you giving kids to, are cheaters, right? You didn't keep any of those men. You weren't so good looking that you couldn't keep any of these men to be faithful to you. Being attractive will attract men. It's who you are inside. It's all the other shit, right? It's past the shallowness. That's what keeps men. And I'm sorry, you have nothing, worth staying for. You have nothing worth staying for. You do have something worth pumping and dumping for, right? And you will get those men. I mean, who knows, right? We'll see how faithful she is to her, her born again ideologies.
Gonna want to be with you. I agree that you're not an ugly woman. I think you're gorgeous. We saw you stand up. You're well put together. But then there's categories, right? So what you want is you don't want a guy. There's plenty of men that will be like, yeah, I want to have fun with her. She's attractive. You want the guy that's gonna court you and take you serious, right?
That's why I'm not having sex, because you're gonna eliminate yourself. Because honestly, again, I'm not desperate. That's number one. So I feel like when you're desperate, you'll go for anything. And back in my younger days, I wouldn't say I was desperate as in like I couldn't pull someone. I was looking for love in all the wrong places, and that led me to where I was led. I wouldn't trade my kids.
This woman's gonna be like a fucking 40-year-old woman still in the dating market. As good looking as she thinks she is, she's still gonna be in the dating market. It's either she fails in her celibacy or she succeeds in her celibacy and still single in her 40s.
Because they was obviously meant to be here. And the person that I want is number one, going to respect himself and me and God. So that makes like slim picking itself, because a lot of people don't really believe. So
in the year of your abstinence and with the men, how has that been? Are they willing to still date you knowing that you're not having sex to your wedding night?
I mean, yeah. I have like, I don't know, still won't tell you, but
exactly. She was not looking for love. Yeah.
A lot, again, I feel like it's the approach, right? When you come in, especially the person I'm looking for, when you respect yourself, it kind of like your energy kind of like draws them in. Yeah, so I really don't have an issue with, because I'm very blunt and honest up front. So I ask my questions. You can ask me anything. I'll let you know like what it is. I'm not going to hide anything, so it's up to you. Like, I don't have a gun to your head. You can take it or leave it, type shit. So yeah, it's just like, I'm not.
So I'm trying to figure out, so what ends the relationships then? Since you said the men don't have a problem with your requirement and they make the money requirement too. So what's been happening in the year? Like, why do they end?
I wouldn't say necessarily they end right now. I'm just talking, to people, getting to know people better, instead of
So she's only gotten to talking stages with men. No fucking duh.
just like hopping in hot and ready. Like I learned from my mistakes. Like I feel like life is a lesson itself. Like we're all on journeys. So if you bump your head, it's better than learn than to bump your head over and over again. So it's my approach. So again, I'm honest. I'm not hiding my kids from no one. And they really want me. So it's more of that. Again, like I don't look like.
Okay, they want you so bad. Where are they now?
Well, hold on. Okay, it's not about looks, right? Because again, I think anybody watching, and if anybody was to disagree, they're a hater. You're gorgeous. I don't think that's nothing to do with what I'm talking about. And again, I'm not God either, right? But when we put money in it, this is what I've been told from men, right? It comes to math, right? So this guy has to be willing to financially support your children, also be willing to wait until the wedding night to also have sex, which I'm assuming y'all would be on a courting stage for a minute, right? Like, you probably court for at least a year. And then I don't know, you tell me, you want him to seriously court you. That means he wouldn't be having sex with other women, correct?
Yeah, like if we're exclusive, right. that's the the definition of exclusive is there's no other one but me. Especially if we're taking each other seriously. Again, I'm not here to force anybody. So if it's your decision, right? So everything that comes with me. If you are wanting me, because here's the thing, like I don't go for men who like listen to like God rest his soul, Kevin saying or whatever, Kevin. I don't know his last name. There's to each his own. So it's just.
She knew his last fucking name. Right? She was saying Sam. She was about to say Samuel.
Like your mindset, if you are very like closed-minded and not open-minded, I wouldn't want to like be with you anyways because we wouldn't agree on certain things. Like,
okay, this is true. Dating is very individual. I do got to correct one statement you said. Everyone does not get a romantic partner. I think we say that saying, but that's not a fact. And we could.
Yeah, I think there's like about 10 million or so more women. So, and here's the thing, right? We don't count the gay men, the men that are married. So, no.
All prove that because when we say there's someone for everyone, I believe God is good, but that only person God has guaranteed you to have is the person in the mirror. You the only person. So we recite the saying there's someone for everyone, but I think we say that in a romantic manner, and that's just not a fact. God did not promise every single human being a romantic partner. And I know people hate when I say that, but it's needed to be said because
it is factual, right? It's factual. There's more women than men in America. And we don't count, the outliers, the men that are already married, the men that are gay, the men that don't want to deal with Western women, right? We're not counting that shit. So, yeah, there will be plenty of single women. Plus, we're not counting the men that women don't want.
We recite things that are just not factual. Like we probably could all name people who have passed on who never got married or never had a romantic partner. So that's just not God's promise. God's promise is we have a journey, and I don't know what everybody's in throughout our journey. And some will get someone for everybody, and a romantic saying is just not true.
What I mean by that is like beauty is in the eye of the beholder. I didn't see people with no legs get married to people with a person who has legs.
Those are the easiest marriages because they don't have high requirements.
I mean, but what I'm saying is they're not the pick of the litter, and they have like a.
Yes, because they're not fucking delusional. I've seen literally 600-pound women having boyfriends, having husbands. But guess what? I'm pretty sure they're not asking for a 6-figure man. I'm pretty sure they're not asking for cream of the crop men. So shut up with your stupidity.
A provider, everything, and they're handicapped. So it's just like when I say that, I mean looks is one thing, but also it's your personality. Do you cater? That plays a big part of it because looks can put you in the door, but a stank attitude can kick you right back out. Like who wants to deal with beauty fades? Like it's not forever. So.
That's true. Let me ask.
Guess what? Beauty fades. Correct. This is why men don't value your looks as much as you think they do. All right, beauty does fade. This is why men don't value your looks as much as you think they do.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Do you have a looks requirement? Should he look a certain way?
No.
Oh, you don't care how he looks?
I mean, I have to be somewhat attractive, but I don't have any. No.
So you fucking do.
just answer this, because this will be the question. All these questions out, because I know when you're reposted, these are things people might say. So again, I think nobody disagrees with your attraction, right? So I'm gonna just take it in the money part of it. Like a man that makes 100K and looks pretty good, he's probably gonna have a lot of options of women, right? Like it's just the way the game is set up, child. I don't make the rules, but everybody want a 100K man that looks good. So then the question becomes, if this man has a lot of options, why does he solely focus on a woman who may, have 3 children already? And also the requirement is to wait until marriage to have sex.
Plus, looks fade, and even though you're decent looking, there are plenty of other decent looking women.
He may have options that don't include those 2 things.
Again, it's not all about the looks. I feel like when you have a connection with somebody, because, this is me talking from experience. This is not.
Your connection got you a kid under 3 weeks.
Not like me, projecting. I didn't have a man who had over 200,000.
Okay, let's stop right there. And he was willing to marry you without no sex and all that?
Yeah.
So what happened?
Again, it's about character. So once I found out, again, that's what I'm saying. I'm talking for experience, not.
Okay, but no, let's talk about this guy that you just named that had 200K that was willing to marry you and not have sex until your wedding night. Why did you count him out?
Character. Once I feel like I can't trust you, what
was wrong with his character?
Just little small lies, very high temper. Once I feel like you lost my trust, it's kind of like starting from the ground up. Because
how long did you guys date for?
About a year.
And y'all never had sex?
No, I didn't say we never had sex. I met him before I became abstinent, so we had sex.
Okay, girl, he don't count, child. He already had sex with you.
But it was
we talking about no. This is important though, and I'm not trying to give you a hard time, but I'm just trying to have a reality conversation. That guy and you had already been intimate, so he's not the guy we're talking about. We're talking about a man that you've never been intimate with that is going to agree to all of that. So that guy didn't fall.
I feel like that's harder because, like I said, we had sex twice, and then I told him okay, that's it. I'm getting closer to God. I'm becoming abstinence, and he was okay with it. I feel like that's harder than.
How much longer did y'all break up after you said?
Was he okay with it? I mean, I'm pretty sure Kendra's going to say it. Was he okay with it? Because you said he was lying. He was probably cheating on you. Right? He wasn't okay with it.
Said you were abstinent.
Well, I want to say
intimate, and then when did y'all stop talking?
That was August of last year.
So you haven't been abstinent for over a year because you had sex last August.
Well, almost a year, I guess. I met him. Well, it was February or August, one of those. Again, we only had sex twice. So it was February or August of last year. Oh, no. Then yeah. It was February, March. It wasn't August. I take that back. Yeah, it was March. Like I said, I met him in February. We was intimate 2 times in March, and then I told him after that because I was feeling guilty because I already had this in my mind, prior for me even meeting him. So I just told him I want to be abstinent. He told me that it was not a big issue because his last relationship, they stopped having sex a long time ago. So
yeah, bitch, that ended. Do women not think? Oh, that's not a problem. Okay, if it wasn't a problem, where are they now? Why do women not able to comprehend anything? If it wasn't a problem, where are they now? Obviously, it was a fucking problem. May not be the problem, but it was a problem. Yeah, she's a liar. She's all over the place.
I don't know, but that's what he said it wasn't a problem for him. But that's my point. I feel like that's hard from having sex, then completely stopping and being able to continue that for the respect of me. Again, it's all about respect. I'm looking for someone who's aligned with me, equally yoked. That's why I don't have
equally yoked. You are a mom of 3 by 2 different men. You are equally yoked to the Pookies. You are literally equally yoked to the Pookies.
Necessarily too many requirements. I got a call.
So a couple things. So the last time y'all was intimate, it wasn't August, it was March, you're saying, of last year. Okay. Yeah. And you guys dated exclusively all the way into February?
All the way into August, because we moved in with each other. And well, it was February, yeah. We moved in with each other in August. And
so in March, you moved in with each other in August. When did you move out?
This year in February.
So you moved in together in August and February. So y'all was sleeping in the same bed every night and y'all was never having sex?
I tried. He had what is it called? Sleep he
So let me
snored.
ask the question again, because maybe it's a clear question.
He wasn't sleeping. That's what I'm saying. We were sleeping in the. I tried sleeping in the same bed with him, but he snored very loudly, and he also like stopped breathing in the middle of his, and it would wake me up. So, sorry, I got a call. Once I wake up, I can't go back to sleep for like a month, and then after that, I was sleeping in another room of air. And once I couldn't.
So we moved in August, and y'all broke up in February. Y'all never had sex during that time,
right?
And he was fine. So according to you, he was abstinent during all that time too.
We lived together, so 100%. All he did was work and come home.
So why did y'all eventually? So what was the lie that made y'all depart from each other?
See, here's the thing. Like I'm trying to. I know my issues. I know my flaws, like my vices, and I'm actively working to get better. I can't be with a person who's not doing the same thing because you're.
She does not fucking answer any question direct.
Pulling me back and you're triggering me. And once I felt like you pulling me out of character, like for no reason, it's kind of like a toxic. If I take 2 steps forward, I don't need a person to take me 3 steps backwards. So it wasn't like a healthy environment for me, especially me actively doing the work. And especially when we have only expressed what I need and, what you're doing and things like that. Like, for example, I take accountability for my actions. I can't be with a person who don't take accountability for their actions. Like, I don't need a man-child,
I got that. I guess the question I'm asking you is, what was the ultimate demise? Because it seems like, huh?
That.
What? I don't know what that is. What was that?
Not being able to take accountability for.
Well, take accountability for what? What happened?
Okay. I mean, because it was a few things. We would get in an argument, and then he would lie about what he said, and then it's just like I would have to pull text messages up to like prove like this is what you said. Like it was just doing too much. Okay. Mind you, at this time I was like. Right, but I'm talking about the beginning, last February, like when we first, remember we moved in with each other in August of last year.
Right, and y'all broke up. Y'all broke up 2 months ago, right? Or when did y'all break up?
I would really say we broke up December. We moved.
Girl, listen, I was trying to roll with you, but you done told two. No, listen, hold on, no, Ashley, hold on, Ashley. You done told so many lies that I kind of let go.
It's not a lie.
Because the truth is easy to tell, and this story changes 5 different times and dates, and I let him go for the grace I was giving you. But hold on, don't overtalk me. Don't overtalk me. Yeah. I'm actively trying to listen and give you the benefit of the doubt. But you have changed dates so many times, and I always say this: the truth is easy to tell. You just said y'all broke up this last February. Now you're saying December. Like
when I say broke up, I mean like we stopped living with each other in February. The relationship was over in December, but the lease wasn't broken until February. So February is when I got my own place and we stopped living with each other. December was the beginning of the end. So it's not me lying; it's me trying to go back.
This is 5 months ago.
A year ago.
Huh?
February of last year is a year ago. You asked me when.
When did y'all break up? February of last year?
We got together February of last
year.
No,
I'm not asking about that. I'm asking, when did y'all break up?
That's what I'm saying. So
when did you move out of the home, for clarity?
February of this year. That's what
okay. So I'm asking about things of 2 months ago. We're in April. So what I'm not asking about when y'all started. We passed that.
That's when we moved in together. But we really had sex. I had to remember back in March of last year. That was the first time we had sex. We had sex twice. That was not a lie. That's just me trying to go.
So y'all did have sex in August.
I mean, no, that's when we moved in together. But I said,
okay, you said you had sex twice. What 2 months did you have sex twice?
March.
So you only had sex twice in March.
Right.
Okay. And y'all broke up 2 months. You moved out 2 months ago.
I moved out in February. We broke up. We was breaking the lease in December. So that's when we actually officially. Okay, we were still living together, but we were not married 8th. So.
Okay. All right. So let's continue. All right, Ashley, 30, Gemini. Okay.
What fucking man wants to deal with this BS? Particularly a high value man? What high value man wants to deal with this shit?
So we did the money. Let's do the Kendra cam. Okay. Look like you're in shape.
Yeah. But again, she has the body that attracts a man, right? She has the face and body that will attract a man. She has the personality that won't keep a man.
So we just talked about, so this was your last relationship we just talked about, right? Okay. 3 flaws you have to work on.
I'm actively working on them. But leaving, like I said before, like when I feel like, I'm not being heard, if I have to reiterate like the same thing over and over again and you're still not applying or trying to work on it, it's time for me to go.
It doesn't look like she works out.
Because it's like, how many times do I have to tell you this is what I need for you to actually care? So I would say I'm somewhat of a runner. Also my temper, but this is
great. Oh man, high value men love temperamental women.
Like something like, through the grace of God, I feel like I'm actually overcoming. But giving more grace, when I was like, I feel like, here's the thing, when we all have like a little girl inside of us that had like a defense mechanism, especially if you got bullied or whatever, I learned that does not serve me in my adulthood. So I had to change myself, because basically the things that I was doing was hurting me more than like, saving me. So I had to look deep within myself, rearrange myself, and like, okay, Ashley, the things that you did to defend yourself or keep yourself safe, it's not working in your 30s. So me, like I said, not being like too hot-headed, too defensive. What else? Not being nonchalant. Like you build up and you explode.
Okay. And why would a guy be lucky to be with you?
I'm a natural nurturer. Like I said, I feel like I'm a good partner, period. Like I had, in a little backstory, I had all my kids in my 20s, right? I was looking for love in all the wrong places. Obviously, that's why I was attracting the men I was attracting. Met like I said, my baby daddy when I was very young.
21. I mean, you had your first kid at 21. Not like you had your first kid at, I don't know, fucking 18. And it's like, this is the thing where this is the ego of women. You are so perfect, right? You have it all. Yet you can't lock down a man. Right? You can't lock down a man you want. It doesn't make sense. How can you be so amazing, so perfect? You can't lock down a man that you want.
I feel like I'm a good nurturer. Like I take care of you. I can cook, number one. I've been cooking ever since I was 9. I know what my partner would need in a woman. Also, like a lot of men like to be.
You know what your partner would need, but he can't have sex with you. Okay. Who cares if you know he wants sex? You're not giving it to him. So really, it's useless.
Just felt wanted, Just a lot of men like to felt wanted, appreciated. I feel like that's just easy, especially.
I'm sorry, right? This is my personal opinion. How would he feel wanted in a sexless relationship? How would he feel wanted in a sexless relationship? I'm just being honest.
When you reciprocate energy, I 100% make a man look better.
You make a man look better?
100%.
In what ways?
Like my just appearance and period. Like how I present myself, how I carry myself now.
It's the fucking ego. It's the ego. I'm sorry. Yes, you're decent looking, right? No doubt about that. But you're not asking for bottom of the barrel man, right? You're asking for a highly desirable man. You're nothing special. And hell, if let's say hypothetically, right? You make him look better. Once other people know you're a baby mama of 3 kids by 2 different men, his stock will go down, right? A man's stock will go down because your past, like imagine a man, right? Imagine a man dating an OF model. You think other people is like, oh my God, that's a man I want to be with. No, right? It's like, that's a simp. That's a cuck. That's a blue pill man.
My energy, I feel like I walk in, and this is not me being cocky. This is just, again, speaking from experience. I walk in a room and I demand attention.
What experience? You're single. You have no man.
Like, period. I mean, yeah.
Okay, she's gonna upgrade you. What was the age range you said you wanted to date, Ashley?
I didn't say, but I would say, and don't judge, like 38 to 50.
No, you definitely should go older. I think that's
always.
Older. Yeah, you should definitely go older. Do you want more kids? I can't remember.
If I meet my husband and he wants more, I would do like 3 is the limit.
3 more kids?
Right.
Oh, okay.
I'm opposed to that because, again, genetics wise, I feel like, I bounce back very easy and I don't work out. So it's just not like, I feel like it's genetics for sure.
Okay, well, let's do it. Ashley, I know you just jumped on. We're on TikTok. Are you inside the Kendra G Singles?
This woman's unbelievable. Un-effing believable. What do you guys think? This is what women like this proves me right. Women like this helps me create those theories. Yeah. What do you guys think? Unbelievable. Women like this are insane. Absolutely insane. Guys, that is it for tonight. That is it for tonight. I love you guys, right? Evil Eddie, I love you, brother, right? Thank you for being here. Thank you for spending your night with me, right? Red Door, love you, my sister, right? Big Bars was here, I believe. Organics, I love you, my brother. Thank you for stopping by. Tan, thank you for sending a chat. I love you. I love you. Sean, love you, my brother. Laughing Man, I love you. All right, you guys are amazing. Yeah, that is it for tonight. All right. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for checking out the live. All right. Yeah. Hugs and moist kisses. Guys, you're amazing, right? You guys are amazing. I love you, right? Hopefully you guys have a good night, a good rest of the week. Please check out my other videos. Please. Helps me out. Please check out my other videos. Please like, subscribe if you haven't. Comment on those videos if you could, right? You guys are amazing. Later, guys. That's it for tonight.